If you've been sitting on the idea of becoming a coach, but you keep telling yourself that you're just not qualified enough yet, then this video is going to change how you think about that. Hi, my name is Bianca and I'm a digital nomad. I've been traveling the world since 2023 and I run Remote Income School, which is a community and a program for beginner freelancers and coaches who want to build their online business and land their first clients online. But here's the part that's actually relevant to what we're talking about today. Before I started Remote Income School, I have spent 3 years as a coach inside another online program, and I guided more than 800 students through building their freelance business and their online foundations, basically. I had no coaching degree, no certification. I was just someone who was a few steps ahead of the people that I was helping, who had figured out some things, and I could help other people figure them out as well. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why that is enough. I will break down what actually qualifies you to coach and why waiting for credentials is keeping you stuck. And also the 3 steps to start positioning yourself right now, even if you have not coached a single person yet. So let's dive into it. How long have you been sitting on this idea? Maybe you've been thinking about becoming a coach for months, maybe even years. And every time you get close to actually doing something about it, then this little voice shows up. Who am I to coach anyone? I don't have a degree in this. What if someone asks me something that I don't know how to answer? I need to learn more first. I need to take another course. I need to get a coaching certification, and then I will be ready. And so you wait and you study and you're consuming more content, and you tell yourself that once you know enough, once you feel ready, once you have some kind of official permission, that is when you will get started. Does that sound familiar? Because here's what I want you to notice. You've been saying not yet for a really long time, and somehow ready never actually arrives. So here's the thing. The problem isn't that you are not qualified enough. The problem is that you are measuring yourself against the wrong standards. You have been told somewhere along the way that the qualifications come from certificates, from degrees, from some kind of like I said, official approval. But that is not how coaching actually works. Let me tell you, when I started coaching at this other program, I walked in with 0 coaching credentials. What I did have was this. I had personally gone through the messy, overwhelming, confusing process of figuring out how to make money online, how to get freelancing clients, do social media management. I had tried things that didn't work. I had made mistakes. I had eventually figured out what worked and what didn't work, and I had documented all of it as well. And when I started coaching and students came to me stuck, overwhelmed, not knowing what direction to pick, I could meet them exactly where they were because I had been exactly in that place as well before. And that is it. I had gone through a process that they were currently going through as well. And here's what I noticed very quickly. The students who made the most progress weren't the one who just kept learning from textbooks, but they were the ones learning from someone who walked the path a few steps ahead of them. Just a few steps, not 1,000 steps. You don't need to be the expert up here, which is probably the coach that you are comparing yourself to, but you just need to be a few steps ahead. You have made a transformation that your students want to have. And that is all that a coach is, basically. It is someone who has gone through a specific transformation, documented the journey on their mistakes, what they have learned, how to get there the quickest, and now you can guide someone else through that same path. It's not about knowing everything. It's about having been where your client currently is and knowing the way forward. So it's not that you need a certificate. It's that you need a story. You need a transformation, and you need someone that you can guide. Now, you already have the first 2, and we can get clear on that later. And the third one is what we are going to focus on as well. Okay, so let me give you 3 things that you can actually do right now to start positioning yourself as a coach, even if you have 0 clients and 0 credentials right now. The first one is identify your transformation. This is where everything starts. Coaching is built on transformation, not on information. So the question isn't like, what do you know? But the question is, what did you figure out and what did your life look like before and after? And then you can ask yourself, what is something that I struggled with that I eventually figured out? The gap between the before and the after, that is your coaching framework, basically. So you don't need to be a millionaire to coach someone on making their first $1,000 online. You just need to have done it and remember what it felt like to be stuck before you did. What is not going to work is I want to become a mindset coach because I have read a lot about mindset. But what does work is I have spent 2 years paralyzed by imposter syndrome. And I figured out what actually broke that pattern for me. And now I help other people who are stuck in the same loop. That is very different positioning, right? Okay, step 2 is find who is a few steps behind you. So coaching authority is always relative. You don't need to be the best in the world at something. You don't need to be like the best expert who knows everything there is in the world, which is what I holds a lot of people back from becoming a coach because they always think that they need to know more. You just need to be ahead of one specific person. So think about where you were like 6 to 18 months ago. That person is your ideal client because you already know their questions, their fears, their exact points where they are stuck because you have been there, you have lived them. And that is not weakness, that is actually a massive advantage over someone who has theory and no lived experience. So if you figured out how to get your first freelance client 6 months ago, you are wildly qualified to help someone who is trying to do that right now. They don't need a guru. They just need someone who did it as well. Now, the first step is lead with your story, not your resume. So most new coaches make one big mistake. They apologize for their experience. Like, I'm just getting started. I only have worked with a few clients so far. And that framing kills so much trust. So instead, lead with your transformation story, what you went through, what changed for you, what do you know now? And when you talk about where you started, then people see themselves in you. That connection is worth so much more than all the credentials in the world. So what's not going to work is saying, I am a certified online business coach. Nobody knows what that even means. But what you can say is, I was completely overwhelmed trying to figure out how to make money online. I tried a bunch of things that didn't work, but then I figured out what actually did. And now I help beginners skip the part where I wasted 2 years. That second version, that is what makes people say yes. Okay, but what if someone asks me questions and I have no idea how to answer them? And you know what? Probably that is going to happen. Like, I'm not going to pretend that it won't. And it has happened to me like so many times on coaching calls as well. Someone will ask you something that you don't know. And you can answer like this, like, okay, that's a great question. I don't have the answer to that right now, but let me look into it and I will get back to you. That is it. That's the whole answer. Your clients are not paying for you to know everything. They are paying for guidance, for accountability, and someone who genuinely understands where they are. The coaches that people remember aren't the ones who know everything, but they are the ones who were honest, that were consistent, and that actually cared for them and cared for getting them results. And here's the bigger thing that I want you to hear. You are never going to feel 100% ready. Ready is not a feeling that shows up one day when you have finally learned enough. Ready is actually built through doing. Every single coach that you look up to right now that you want to be like, they started before they felt qualified. Every single one. The only difference between them and you is that they stopped waiting. So to bring this all together, you don't need a certificate to become a coach. You need a transformation. You need a story and you need someone to guide through the same path that you already walked through. Your lived experience is not less than a qualification. Of course, it's nice to have qualifications as well. And later down the road, you can improve your skills and become a better coach. there's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not against that. But the thing is that you need to start somewhere. Like for the right person, it's actually more valuable if you have that lived experience, and that's all you need to get started. Now, if you are watching this and thinking like, okay, I believe this, but I still don't know what my actual first step is. I don't know how to package this or where to find my first clients or how to start with beta clients. I have built a really cool Kickstart challenge inside Remote Income School. It is free. So basically, here's how it works. You pick your path. In this case, it's coaching. And then you follow 6 steps that are built specifically for that path. So each step gives you clear action steps, AI prompts to really help you move faster, and also a community so that you can post and share your progress and stay accountable. So the goal is really to get your first win, your first beta client. And that moment changes everything because now you can see like, okay, I can actually do this. And then you can build from there. The link to join Remote Income School and the challenge inside is in the description. It's completely free. And if this video helped you, hit the subscribe button because I make videos like this every single week. And I genuinely want you to build something real and I want you to build towards your dream lifestyle. So I hope to see you inside.